Well, most of this program has and will be dealing with specific and directional lighting. There's something to be said for flat light. And by definition, flat light is shadowless, or the shadows aren't very visible from the camera position. It can be boring, but because it's so even, you can't screw up. And it's very flattering to wrinkled skin. Sometimes overcast light is mistakenly called flat light, but it's really not. It's just a large light source from straight up. That causes dark shadows under the eyes, and flat light really has no visible shadows. So let's define flat light. One type of flat light happens when it comes from all directions. In the winter, snow produces a large fill surface, and we often end up with flat light on an overcast day. It's the reason skiers don't like overcast days, because they can't see the texture of the snow. And the same is true with skin. On a sunny winter day, keeping the sun behind the subject results in the same flat light on the face. A very common type of flat light today is to keep the sun behind the subject and use the reflected and ambient light in front of the subject. Keep in mind, though, that there won't be a strong direction of light, but that's what flat light is. The next way we can get the light to be flat is to block the strongest direction. Placing her in this gazebo did that. On an overcast day, as long as there's no strong overhead light, or if it's blocked by a tree, the light will be very even. As this close-up shows, there are no strong catch lights, indicating that the light will be flat. With the person standing just inside an open garage door, the light will be flat because it's coming from about 45 degrees above both sides and reflected light from the outside driveway. With this kind of light, the person you're photographing can turn any direction and it'll be fine. Not exciting, but fine. The next style of flat light is basically light coming directly from the camera position. The same is true with a window behind me. She can turn her head in any direction and it works. From the catch lights in the pupils, you can see that the main light is directly behind me and in front of her. There was a living room window behind me, and as you can see, even a profile can work. The next way to achieve flat light is with on-camera fill flash. There was very little light on her face originally, and the flash filled it in. This is really unsellable. All the light is straight up with no light in her eyes. So I had to use a speed light on my camera because I couldn't use an elaborate lighting setup in a zoo. And cropping in, you can see the telltale catch light in the center of the pupil. This isn't necessarily a good thing, it's just a byproduct of using an on-camera speed light. By the way, as long as you don't use that tiny pop-up flash that's right next to the camera's lens, and it's relatively bright outside to constrict the pupils, you won't get red-eye when using a camera-mounted speed light. In the studio, one way to get flat light is to use a lot of fill in a clamshell configuration, meaning a big soft light over the subject with a strong belly pan reflector. So let's compare that kind of lighting with a large ring light. The two looks are very similar, with the edge going to the ring light if you like it to be flat. And this is what a small ring light does. It's flat light, but my main reason to use it is I like that all-around shadow on the wall.